sorry folks at home, something went wrong with my phone. Ricky Wright turns and gets a score for Team Philadelphia to make it 2-1 at the 13:37 mark of the second period. Bobcats send it out to the neutral zone. Thies sends it back out. Pick back up in the opposite side over to Lang. Lang sends it down. So an icing call. The 13:18 mark. As I get this back up to speed, sorry. Puck is down. Picked up by Lang. Lang tries to send out of the zone. Bobcats pick it up. Back out to Lang again. Knocked back over to Nichols. Nichols sides it back over to Fisher. Fisher opposite side over to Cusa. Cusa turn and try to fire. Back out to the point. Opposite side over to Lang. Lang dumps it down. Fisher presses into the corner. Back out to Lang at the point. Oh, puck's right there. Oh my gosh, like 3 or 4 opportunities. Back out to Cusa. Cusa drops it over to Nichols. Nichols centering pass right there to Cusa. Cusa gets a shot attempt off. A lot of action. Good tap by Lang. Lang dumps it in. Sends it over to the opposite side. And that'll be an icing call. Good action by Team Philadelphia, just could not capitalize. So 12:13 left in the second period, 2-1 Bobcats. Puck's down, picked back by Lucas. Doherty in the slot. Oh, redirect by Lucas. Almost gets by the goaltender. Picked back up by Bops. Bops back over. Centering pass over to Doherty. Doherty toe drags around. Tries to get it over to the opposite side. Pulled back Doc in a foot race. Good stick. Back out to Lucas. Lucas. Opposite side over to Doherty. Doherty scores! Hits Lucas on the opposite side for the slow roll. Evens this game up. Team Philly battling back. It's a lot of action at the 11:45 mark. So Ricky Wright on the first goal, Lucas on the second one after a nice feed from Colin. Nichols, Fisher, Cusa. Try to get pulled through, back over to Nichols. Nichols tried to dump it in, still in the neutral zone. Fisher dumps it back, Lang opposite side, back over. Ricky charging forward. Gets a shot attempt off Fisher. Ideal shot from Ricky to hit the opposite side pad, dribbles out to the opposite side for Fisher to get a second shot attempt. Puck's down, back out to the point with Lang. Lang sends it deep. Picked up by Nichols, nobody in the slot. Nichols charging. Back over to Lang. Lang, backhand, gets all the way to the back wall. Picked up at the point by Ricky. Ricky tries to send it on net. Hits a defender. Lang intercepts it. Opposite side, over to Cusa. Oh my gosh. Beautiful feed into Cusa. Cusa couldn't convert. Bard on the ice. Bobcats win it to the back wall. Send it back up into the neutral zone. Picked up by Ricky. Referee gets in the way. Ricky does a good job of guiding it back into the zone. Looks like it could have been an offside. Lang tried a center pass. Back out to Luca. Luca over to Lang. Lang opposite side over to Ricky. Ricky kind of tossed it to the back wall. Lang picks it up. Back over to Luca. Luca gets a shot attempt off. Bart, good pressure onto the puck. Bobcats send it over to the opposite side. Bobcats send it all the way to the back wall, picked up by Lang. Lang knocked down by Luca. Luca, opposite side, picked up by Jake. Jake gets a shot attempt off, and the goaltender cradles it, holds it in. Puck's down. Lucas trying to send it back. Doc's back over. A penalty coming up on the Bobcats for a high stick. So at the 9:39 mark, Team Philadelphia will be on a power play. So Team Philly, power play opportunity. Bard on the face-off, send it back out. Back over to Nichols. Nichols, back over to Doc. Lucas takes a shot, goes high and above the goaltender's head, back over to Nichols. Shuffles it back over to Lucas. Lucas, back over to Nichols. Back over to Lucas. Lucas, opposite side, back over to Doc, just outside of his reach. Shuffles it in all the way to the back wall. Goaltender thought about it, comes back out. Kobe's there. Back out to Nichols. Cycles it back over to Kobe. Lucas jumps his stick. Bart knocks it down. Lucas is back over it. Sent it back out to the point to Nichols. Kick saved by the goaltender. Almost makes it all the way up here to me. Picked back up by Nichols. Arizona changes. Kobe tries to send it the opposite side and makes it all the way down the ice. Aiden tries to pick it clean. Now it comes out in the neutral zone. Kobe picks it up. Over to Fisher. Fisher try to set something up. Doc loses it. .33 seconds left on the power play for Team Philadelphia. Back over to Fisher. Fisher, back out to Cusa. Cusa dumps it all the way in, back around. Goaltender knocks it back down. Sends it up the board, picked up by Ricky. Ricky dumps it over to Jake. Jake back out to the point to Cusa. Takes a shot attempt, ricochets off. All the way down, 7 seconds left. That'll kill the penalty power play off. Ricky looking up. Dumped all the way into the zone. Goaltender guides it over. Fisher. That's not going to make it all the way back. Back over to Bobs. .11 left. Sent back. Center pass right into neutral zone. Bobcats pick it up. Got a shot attempt off. Bops gets the shin guard on that. Back over to Lucas. Lucas tries to drop it up. Over to Fisher. Knocked away before he could get there. It should be an icing call. And it is. .6:43 left second period, 2-2. I think the referee's asking 51 to get off because he might not have a neck guard on. Pucks down, back out. Bobcats get it, send it to neutral zone. Tobin dumps it in. Goaltender gloves it, holds it up. Knocked down at center ice. Lucas knocks it forward, back over to Doc. Doc taps it forward, back over to Lucas. Look. Referee just shaking his head as in no. Referee's not being very kind right now. Lucas gathers it. Opposite side over to Doc. Doc, across the blue line. That looked like an offside by Team Philly. Kobe sends it over to behind the net. Doc putting pressure onto the puck. Kobe tries to help. Puck's picked up at the blue line. Kobe and a foot race. Comes off the ice. Lucas back over. It's got an opportunity. Nice shot by Jake. Luca back, putting pressure onto the puck. Back out to the point. Oh my gosh. Bart was right there. Just tipped away from him. Sent deep all the way to the back wall. Tobin back over to pick it up. Picked up by Jake. Jake. Sent back out to the point by Bobcats. Picked off before it gets to Aiden by Luca. Luca dumps it all the way back in. Goaltender guides it over. Ooh, my gosh, he almost missed that puck. Picked down by Lang. Lang turns. Bart gathers it. Opposite side picked up by Tobin. Tobin tries to send it long. Nichols out on the ice. Back over to Cusa. Cusa back in, pivots forward. Knocked down by Fisher. Good stick. Good pressure. Bobcats knock it to the back wall. Aiden knocks it down, picked up by Bobs. Line change for the Bobcats. Cusa throws it first. Sent up the opposite wall. Thies comes off the post, tries to get to it. Bobcats gather into the corner, shuffle it back behind the net. 3:44 left, second period. Bops is back. Bops, good stick. That looked like a penalty. There's a penalty coming up on the Bobcats after there's a cross check, I believe. Interference. Looked like a cross check. We'll call it interference. 3:26. Bobcats will be down a player. So Team Philly 2-minute power play opportunity at the 3:26 mark of the second period. Puck's down, back into the corner. Lucas back over. Nichols holds it in the zone. Try to take a shot, goes off a defender's stick. Turns. Sends it around the opposite side. Goaltender knocks it down. Try to get it upside the boards, and does. Goes off of a Team Philly stick on the bench, I believe. Or actually, it's going to be outside. A minute and 40 left on the power play. Puck's down, one back, picked up by Lucas. Lucas waits, turns. Shuffles back to nobody. Kobe picks it up. Back over to Bart. Bart comes 3-on-2 opportunity. Opposite side to Doc. Puck is out. Lucas gathers it back over to Doc. Lucas hits it forward. Opportunity for Kobe right in the slot. Takes a shot attempt. Picked up all the way to the back wall by Aiden. All the way back over to Kobe. Kobe. Try to cross-ice pass. Jake out onto the ice with Doc. Sent all the way back to the back wall. Sent back up to Fisher. Fisher across the blue line. Fisher turns, waits, holds up, back out to the point to Ricky. Nice redirect, picked up by Fisher, back out to the point to Ricky again. Shot attempt, 25 seconds left on Team Philly's power play. Bops, no penalty. Aiden comes way out of net. Tap forward, jump back over to Cusa. Cusa takes a shot attempt. Just scored! Takes a swipe at it. Holy cow! Who was that? I believe that was Bops. So Bops gets the goal at the 1:30 mark to make this a 3-2 Team Philly lead. With 3 seconds remaining on the power play. So 1:30 left in the second period. Team Philly up, puts 3 on the board so far in the second period. Make this 3-2. Back over to Tobin. Tobin sends it back in the neutral zone. Sent back over to the opposite side. Doherty on a forecheck. Doherty tried to pick it clean. Back, sent it up. Lucas picks it up. Back out to Kobe. Lang knocks it down. 2-on-1 opportunity for the Bobcats. Aiden with a nice blocker side save. Gets it to the corner wall. Centers it back up. Slap shot attempt goes off of Team Philly. Kick back. Cycle back over to Lucas. Lucas with a toe drag that didn't work. All the way back up. That's an icing call. Puck down. Doc Cuse charges forward, try to get a shot attempt off 40 seconds left in the period. And that'll be an icing call. Back to the back corner. Fisher with a stick lift. Bobcats try to clear it. Sent over to the opposite side. Knocked back down. And Bobcats ring one up. Opposite side corner as they feed it to Ringer coming down the opposite side. So at the 13-second mark, it's evened up. Fisher, Cusa, Barthel. Pucks down. Sent back all the way to Deese. Back into the neutral zone. Back out to Cusa. Try to take a shot at some. And that is the end of the second. So Team Philly hangs 3 unanswered, and then Bobcats get a late period goal to make it 3-3. All right. Started third period, even score, 3-3. Kobe, Lucas, Doc, Richard, and Kevin out on the ice. Pucks down, Bobcats gather, send it over to the opposite side. Off a stick into the rafters. Bobcats come away with it. Send it all the way to the back wall. Lang pops it back over to Doc. Doc tried to clear it. That's an offsides. Puck's down. Bobcats came away with it. Still along the back wall. Doc from his knees gets it into the zone. Lang cycles it back over to Doc, lifts the stick, delayed offside, picked up by the Bobcats. Aiden with a nice glove save. All the way to the back wall, Tobin back over. Fisher over to help him out. Bobcats gather. Bobcats send it out to the point. Opposite side. And Aiden with a save. Pucks over to Tobin. Tobin opposite side over to Nichols. Nichols sends it deep. No icing. Goaltender comes out. Sent back out. Opposite side. Center ice. Bobcats. Back over to Bops. Bops backhand. Try to clear it up. Bobcats back behind the net. Pick it up, send it out to the point. Knocked down to the back wall. Try to clear. Fisher trying to put pressure onto the puck. Aiden with a nice save. Lucky bounce. Aiden steers it back over to the corner. Picked back up by Nichols. Nichols gets it out. Cusa in a foot race. Back into the neutral zone. Luca knocks it forward. Now it's back over to Ricky. Ricky gathers it back. Back over to Jake. Back over to Bart. Bart onto the ice. Lang on the back check. Nice save by Aiden. And it's out of the zone, and that'll be an offsides. Puck's down, Bobcats gather it, try to send it forward. Luca knocks it forward. Jake has an opportunity. Couldn't gather it. Goaltender knocks it back to the opposite wall. Bart sends it deep, delayed offsides as Jake has to regroup. Sent all the way up. That'll be an icing call. .34 left in the game, tied up. Lucas on the face-off over to Colin. Colin gets a shot attempt off. Oh my gosh, an opportunity. Bobcats come down, try to pick it up, send it deep all the way around to the opposite side. Ricky back over. Bobcats gather it. Back to the back wall. Lucas tried to hit it down. Doherty's back over with him. Try to clear the zone, and it does. Doherty back over to put pressure onto the puck. Cycle to back up, hits the referee. Lucas sends it over to the opposite side. Doc was trying to clear the zone. Back over to Ricky. Ricky over to Thies. Back to Lucas. Lucas gets a shot off. The goalie steers it to the corner. Try to clear the zone. Picked up by Bops at the point. Back out to Doc. Bops tried to get a shot off. Sent deep. Bobcats change lines. Goes off the defender's skate. Picked back up by Kobe. Kobe overruns it. Lucas taps it forward. Line change for Team Philadelphia. Fisher, pressure onto the puck. .46. Fisher, Cusa, Nichols. Back out to Tobin. Tobin taps it forward. Bobcats send it back. Picked back up by Thies. Back over to Fisher. Fisher try to gently nudge one between the defender's legs. Tobin, good job fighting through the check. Picked up by Thies as he comes across the blue line. Oh my gosh, beautiful shot. Goaltender kind of didn't see it. Back out to the point. Bops is there. Swipes at it. Cusa fighting for the puck. Bobcats rotate around the opposite side. Bops comes off blue line. Gets it. Sends it back out to the point to Fisher. Fisher opposite side. Back over to Thies. Thies dumps it in. Tobin fights for it. Cusa send it back. That'll be an icing call. So 10:40 left in this game, 3-3. Puck's down against the back wall. Lucas is back over, putting pressure onto the puck, tries to tap it forward. Lucas removes the defender off the puck, picks it back up. Cycles it back out to Lang. Lang looks at Ricky. Dumps it in. Knocked down by Bart. Ricky hits Doc sitting along the wall. And catches Aiden in the beak. A strap comes off. Puck's down, made out to the point. Shot attempt, Aiden just dodges it. Picked up by Ricky. Ricky tries to send it upside the board. Bobcats knock it down. Centering pass goes off of Team Philly's boot. Send it back opposite side. And Aiden reaches down and grabs it. All the way back out to the point, Bobcats. And Aiden gloves it down again. Sent deep back into the corner. Picked up Lucas backhand, now makes it out to the neutral zone. Bart packing it back over to Lucas, has to wait for Bart to clear the zone. Sends it over to the opposite corner, thought Doc was going there. Lang and Ricky back. Ricky. Turnover back into the slot. Bobcats turn and fire. Good stick picked up by Bart. That won't make it all the way down. No icing call. That's back into the neutral zone. Good job by Tobin. Heston overruns the puck. Now it's picked up by Thies. Heston drops it forward. Luca on the forecheck. Luca gets it on a stick. Try to get a shot off. Gets hooked. Tobin fighting for the puck. Good job. Tobin gathers it. Gets a shot attempt off. Puck is out front. And they're calling a hand pass. Not sure who the hand pass is on. So we'll come out of the zone. 8:18 left in the third period. Tie score, 3-3. Pick back up, Tobin drops it in. Luca tried to keep it in the zone. Now it's back in the neutral zone. Thies taps it forward. Bops tried to keep it in the zone. Dumps it over the opposite side. And Aiden gathers it as it goes off the back wall and creeps into his glove. .740, 3-3. Cusa, Fisher, Kobe, Lang, and Ricky. Puck's down. Bobcats gather it, back out to the point. Knocks it back down, Cusa. Cycles it back over to Kobe. Kobe in a foot race. Got a big guy coming after him. Bobcats across the blue line. Fisher, pressure onto the puck. Gets him all the way to the back wall. Lang picks it up. Lang tried to get it off his stick. Cusa's back over, tried to lift the stick, unable to do so.